They heard shots in theater number 3. Theater number 3.
With a reputation as one of the country's most violent cities,
Put the shot clock. Make shot clock.
those who choose to protect and serve Baltimore see it all.
For me, it's easy to remember.
July 15th, 2019.
The day shift supervisors were a little short that day, so they asked me to stick around.
Captain Bill Shiflett remembers the call well.
At first, it came out as an armed person on Maryland Avenue, 2117 Maryland. And, that kind of call, they're kind of a dime a dozen in this agency.
But this call at a North Baltimore methadone clinic
Active shooter.
would change everything.
Put the gun down. Put the gun down. All right, just drop it.
With one bullet to the stomach,
I'm hitting the stomach.
So that kind of felt like a nonstop punch in the stomach.
No, Sergeant. Come here, Sergeant.
The burning sensation, that's real. It was difficult to breathe.
Shiflett felt he was about to give his life to Baltimore.
You're dragged out and you're laying on the ground and you're looking at the medics and the other officers, and all you're looking at is the ceiling.
No, Sergeant. Come here, Sergeant.
At that moment, I thought I might not be getting out of it. It says not today,
Now,
and it references July 15th, 2019.
on his arm,
I don't shy away from talking about
a
it.
permanent reminder
Yeah.
of what he battled not only physically,
Represents that things went sideways, and that wasn't the day that it was gonna go sideways and end.
but even more so,
I did experience flashbacks.
mentally.
Talk to me a little bit about just what you went through since that day mentally.
So you don't heal from something like this quickly. I don't think you ever actually heal. You figure out a way to deal with it in a healthy way as best you can, because the alternative is to become a basket case laying in your bed curled up sucking your thumb. And that's not something that I would entertain.
And nor would the Baltimore City Police Department.
Director Herron reached out pretty quick.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Who am I? Where am I from?
Mental health and wellness.
Health and Wellness, right.
Vernon Herron is the director of the department's Officer Safety and Wellness Program.
This is a part of the culture for Baltimore City Police Department. It's the cornerstone of our mission.
OIC, which stands for Officer in Charge.
Herron spearheaded the initiative in 2016, and it's about more than helping officers like Shiflett involved in shootings.
What is the number for our counseling services?
And it starts on day one.
And what does the sponge represent? Your brain. Water represents what? Trauma and stress, right? You can't take it anymore. You start doing things that you wouldn't normally do.
New recruits preparing to patrol the streets of Baltimore
Your sponge needs to remain dry.
first learn to prepare their minds.
A shooting. All right, let's pour some stress. That's enough. Okay, good. When that trauma comes out of your brain, what happens?
Can't take it anymore, sir.
You can't take it anymore. You start doing things that you wouldn't normally do.
The training is mandatory for every employee of the Baltimore City Police Department.
And the only way it's going to remain dry is that you sit down and talk to a what?
The unit focuses on officer health and wellness with things like yoga, meditation, and confidential counseling. But they also strive for early intervention, monitoring members with potential problematic behaviors.
They might go home and can't get to sleep. They might go home and think they should turn to alcohol in order to manage the trauma. These are the things that we don't want them to do.
It's about getting to the root cause before it's too late.
In 2016, we were averaging 216 interventions a year, and now we're down to like 35 a year. So it is having an impact on our employees.
Herron says dozens of departments have adopted their policies and practices, making them a national leader in mental health services.
But when you have somebody that is leaning forward, that checks you out real quick, it's not hard to realize that you do need the help. And on your own, you may not be as intuitive to know that you need that kind of help. And there's a lot of denial that goes into realizing that you may need psychological help. The physical wounds do heal, but the psychological part of that issue, it's not always readily healed.
For BPD officers, the days of having to compartmentalize the weight of the badge are over.
Our job is to return you to the community the way we received you. Does that understood? Yes, sir.
And in turn, it's created not only healthier officers mentally fit to deal with the daily traumas of police work,
They have taken an oath to protect the citizens of Baltimore City.
but a healthier city
We have taken an oath to protect them and their mental health.
that, while may still be grappling with violence, can rest assured officers like Shiflett
But I'm not afraid to talk about it, you know.
are ready to respond.
I didn't want to let something like this sideline me, and I didn't.
Keep these sponges with you every day.
In Baltimore, Maxine Stryker,
Protect your sponge.
Fox 45 News.